Lots of you watching, I'm sure, have faced really tough situations. It's just not clear what you're supposed to do. The problem is gray. Basically, there are 5 questions, drawing on great thinking over the ages about how to approach gray area problems. You can think of these 5 questions as a kind of a funnel. And like a funnel, it starts broad. And so this first question is about the consequences. Who are the winners and losers? Who's going to benefit? Who's going to risk? Who's going to gain? Who's going to suffer? You get up on the balcony and see everything you can, but then the next question is about your basic duties that you as a human being owe other people, and that may exclude some options that look pretty attractive. Next question, what will work in the world as it is? There's 2 parts to that. You've got to find something that's practical, that's likely to work. And secondly, in the world as it is, that's a key phrase. It actually comes from Machiavelli. And the idea there is a world that is turbulent, it's uncertain, it's political. You have to be resilient, and your plan of action has to be resilient in order for you to come up with a way of resolving this problem that's going to work. Next question here, which may exclude even more, what about the values of your organization? And I don't mean just the values that every organization has in their mission statement or up on a wall. I'm talking about the core values of your organization, the things that the senior people really care about, that get people to stay up late at night, to come in on weekends. And you may decide again that there are some things that would work. They look sound in terms of basic duties. The balance of consequences looks good, but they're just not the way we do things around here. They're just not the way we treat people. They're just not part of the reputation and image we want to have in the community or with our customers. And then you come to the final question here. It's essentially, what can I live with? What can you live with? You've got to save this question till the end. When you start out thinking about the consequences, the big picture, you've got to take your favorite ideas, put them to the side. When you're working with other people to work your way through these questions, you've got to put your answer, your way of cracking the case, your profound intuition off to the side. So you're learning and absorbing and thinking through as much of what you learn about the situation. But if it remains gray at the end, you've got to make a decision. And it's got to be a decision that you can live with. You live within the organization, you can account for it to the organization, and you're also accountable for it personally. You've got to feel, if you're going to go ahead with confidence, that you have made the right decision. When you face a gray area problem, you work through it first of all as a manager. You get the best information you can, the best data you can, you talk to experts, you talk to people with experience, you try to have good open meetings where people put all their concerns, all their analysis on the table, but then you resolve it as a human being. And that's what these questions are fundamentally about. You know, you're not paid a lot of money to look things up in a book or to apply an algorithm. Computers can apply algorithms. You're made to use your judgment, and it's your judgment as a manager and then as a human being that I think is the best and in some ways the only way to approach these gray area problems.